I've heard of Emanuel Swedenborg, but I don't know much about his philosophy. What did he believe about marriage?
Swedenborg saw marriage as helpful to personal growth. He believed that a good marriage helps both partners develop spiritually because, as humans, we all have limitations. Sometimes we know what's right, but struggle to act on it.
That's interesting. Does he think people are to blame for that?
No, he believed it's a natural tendency. It comes from a self-centered instinct. But he also taught that true personal growth requires change resulting from personal choices. He described this process as developing the marriage of good and truth within ourselves.
What does that mean exactly?
It's about aligning our feelings and thoughts. The feelings of the heart and the thoughts of the head. When we truly want to do good and understand how to make it happen, we take meaningful action. But if we only know what's right without feeling motivated, or if we want to do good but don't think clearly about how, then our growth is incomplete. Swedenborg said, "Spiritual progress happens when our hearts and minds gradually come together, when we act in alignment with what we see as good sense and feel this is good."
Did he have any visions about this idea?
Yes. One night, he woke up suddenly and saw an angel in the eastern sky holding a glowing piece of paper. The paper had golden letters that read, "The marriage between good and truth." As the angel descended, the letters changed from gold to silver, then copper, iron, and finally rusty iron and corroded copper. By the time the angel reached the ground, the paper seemed to disappear.
That sounds symbolic. Did he explain what it meant?
Yes. The angel told him that in God, goodness and truth exist in perfect harmony. But as this unity moves into lower spiritual states, people who are less developed, it becomes weaker and less beautiful.
So, was Swedenborg saying that a strong marriage helps people reach a higher spiritual state?
Exactly. His concept of conjugal love describes a deep unity between partners based on shared spiritual values. He believed that when a couple truly complements each other, learning from one another and acting in harmony, it leads to spiritual transformation.
What about people who never find someone special? Does that mean they can't grow spiritually?
Swedenborg suggested that only a spiritually united couple can fully experience heaven. Someone who remains single might only experience the outer edges of that advanced spiritual state. However, he also believed that if someone doesn't find the right partner in this life, they may be united with one in the afterlife through divine providence.
That's a fascinating perspective. And Swedenborg himself, was he married?
Surprisingly, no. Not that he didn't try when he was younger. He remained single his whole life, but he still believed that the ideal partnership, whether in this life or the next, is essential for reaching the very highest heavenly state.